Alright fellas, what is up? Welcome back. And I'm back with a Halo discussion. Now there's some things I want to talk to you guys about today, and I'll get into exactly the nitty gritty of that. But I want to have a look at and a discussion about where Halo goes from here. Now I want to talk about the things we got this year to do with the whole Halo universe, and where 343 can take it from here, and kind of what we can expect going forward, because 2018 is going to be an interesting year for Halo. Now I kind of want to have a bit of a discussion, just to warm up the stream, just to warm it up, just to get my tongue going a bit. No pun intended, no giggity there. But let's kind of have a bit of a brief discussion about what we have got in Halo wise this year. So we obviously started off with Halo Wars 2, which I loved. That game was amazing. The story in that game was really good, and I also enjoyed the DLC, the Flood DLC that they brought out just a couple of months back. Now I haven't actually completed that main story, I just haven't had the time for that, but I really enjoyed that Terminus firefight mode that they added in for that. That was fire. And then obviously later on in the year as well, after Halo Wars 2, we got the news, of course, about the Awakening DLC. But I thought going into E3 2017, we were going to get a Halo 3 anniversary teaser and an announcement for, obviously, end of this year. And we're also going to get a teaser trailer for Halo 6. That's what I thought we were going to get going into E3 2017. But we didn't get any of those. Well, we kind of got a Halo 3 anniversary, because of course Halo 3 got enhanced on the X, and that does look really good. Now I'm going to quit out of this because I can't play multiplayer and talk about this at the same time. It is too hard, so we will just play some Warzone Firefight or some campaign or something. But getting back to what I was talking about, so we've had Halo Wars 2 this year, right? We had the Halo Wars 2 Flood expansion, but we haven't had any news on Halo 6 or any other Halo spin-off. So this kind of brings me to the bulk of this discussion, and that is, where are we going from here when we're talking about Halo? Because that is what a lot of people in the Halo community are thinking, is where do we go from here? Because we haven't heard anything. Like, the only thing we've heard about Halo 6 is just small snippets, like they're going to add in split screen again, which I couldn't really care about. Like, I didn't really mind that there was no split screen. Like, I'd rather 60 frames and a no split screen than split screen in 30. I'll take frames all day. But other than that, we haven't really had too much big information. Like, we know the obvious, that they're going to focus on Halo. Like, that's just like so not Halo, but they're going to focus on Chief. That's the obvious thing, right? We already know this. And sweet, we've found a match. But when are we going to get some news about Halo 6? Now I think it's pretty much definite that we will get a teaser or a trailer, or maybe even a release date and a beta at E3 2018. But that still doesn't really assure me as to when this game is coming out, because I hope that it's coming out end of 2018. That would be awesome. But then you've also got to think about, they'll probably have a beta, right? And then they'll have 8-9 months of the beta after the beta's released to kind of sort all the bugs and stuff out, just like they did with Halo 5. They had the beta in Christmas 2014, and then it released end of the year 2015, and I think October, I want to say October 22nd, I could be wrong there, but I know it was October. So with Halo 6, do we really think that they're going to announce it in 2018 E3 and then release it 4 months after that, like without doing any online testing or any multiplayer betas or anything like that? Like, do we really think that they're going to release it? And I guess you could say that they've obviously laid the groundwork with Halo 5 multiplayer, because I do think that all Halos going forward are going to be just like Halo 5, with a few kind of additions and a few kind of add-ons here and there. But I do think that the core gameplay that we have in Halo 5, Jesus Christ, I'm getting my ass handed to me, but the core gameplay that we have in Halo 5 is how it's going to stay going forward. Now, I love the way that Halo 5 plays. It's very competitive, it's very tight, the controls are just amazing. They really brought Halo, they really modernized Halo with the controls that they have in 5. So they could have the groundwork for the online already done pretty much, right? They could just have Halo 5, and I am lagging, so this might not, oh no I'm not. That was just a lagging AI. That was a bit weird. But they've obviously, I think they've laid the groundwork with Halo 5, right? So they could announce it 2018 E3 and then release it end of 2018, or at least that is what I hope, right? I hope that Halo 6 comes out in next year, because otherwise it's been too long in between major Halo releases, and I think that a franchise as big as Halo, which is arguably the biggest franchise on console, like Halo 5 did over 10 million, there's heaps of sources that can actually verify that. Of course, the first 3 months Halo 5 did over 5 million. In the first week it made over $400 million in a week. That is insane. And over time it's done close to 10 million, probably over 10 million by now, and I've got various videos on my channel about that. So they can't go 4 or 5 years without a major Halo release. It is just too long. So I think I want to say it's a good chance that we could get Halo 6 next year, but then from things that 343 have said, how they really want to work on the game, they're listening to fans, they know what they have to do, we could possibly be looking at a 2019, end of 2019 release date. Now, I have heard a few people kind of say that, hey, they could release it early 2019. Now, that would be different, because if we look at all Halos that we've had, they've all released, or at least all the major Halos, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or at least 1 to 5, they've all released in the holiday season, right? So it would be kind of weird for them to do Halo early in the year, but if Halo 6 released by itself early in the year, it would sell no matter what, you know, it would sell no matter what. Because even when Halo does release in the holidays, it still outsells most AAA multiplayers, because Halo's just that big. So I find it quite interesting when people say early 2019, because that date is so different. But if they did that, I still think that the game would sell like gangbusters. People will be buying it. There'll probably be a themed console, themed controllers. The game will be huge. So that early 2019 release date, kind of like the theory of it, is interesting, but I don't think that it will happen. I think Halo will always release it in the holiday, because that is when they do their holiday deals. You've got the Black Friday bundles, the Black Friday deals, all that sort of good stuff, right? The discounts, the bundles, as I mentioned before, the themed consoles. So they would sell probably 2 million consoles just of Halo, right? Because Halo's that big. It happened in 2015. It will happen again with Halo 6. That's just a fact. So I do hope that Halo 6 does release end of next year, but of course I want you guys to comment down below, because this is just me rambling, right? Like, this is just me talking, and that doesn't do any good unless you guys are commenting on what you guys think as well, because this is a channel, I mean, of course I'm doing the talking, but this is mainly a Halo channel. Now, I know I haven't done a Halo video in too long. I've been doing other stuff on my channel, but there honestly hasn't really been too much Halo stuff to talk about. It's been very, very quiet. There really hasn't been any Halo updates to really talk about with Halo 5. Like, there's a few kind of Halo Championship stuff going on, but I'm not really into the competitive side of Halo. I'm more of a, like, I'm good at the multiplayer, but I don't really take it that seriously. Because as you guys can probably take from the gameplay, I'm not really concentrating too much, because it is hard to talk about a subject like I'm talking about and really get into the game as well. So I'm kind of just and there's enemies spawning everywhere, and I need a better weapon. But there really hasn't been too much Halo news to talk about, but this is a discussion that I have been wanting to do for a while. So of course I want you guys to comment down below on what you think. Do you think Halo 6 is going to release next year? Because 343 have been very, very quiet about it. We don't really know too much. We obviously haven't had a teaser, like a gameplay trailer teaser. But that also goes along with how Microsoft do their games at the moment. Like, they only want to announce them 6 to 12 months out. Now that makes perfect sense if they announced Halo 6 2018 and it came out end of 2018. That would make perfect sense. But it would also make sense if they announced Halo 6 obviously 2018 and it came out early 2019. So I think, honestly fellas, it's a 50-50 shot. Early 2019 or late 2018. I don't think it's going to release holiday 2019. Now, I could be wrong, but that will be 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. That's almost 5 years, right? That's almost 5 years in between major Halo releases. That is just too long. That is too long for a franchise as big as Halo to not be bringing in that money for Microsoft, because it's all about the money at the end of the day, right? And I think 4 years is plenty enough time for 343 to have a decent story. They've already got the multiplayer done, right? They've got the multiplayer groundwork set. They just need to build upon that. But it's a story that they really need to concentrate on. That is what the Halo community can all agree on, is that the story needs work, right? It wasn't what people thought in Halo 5. Now, I enjoyed it for what it is, but of course it wasn't my favourite Halo. My favourite Halo is probably ODST and Halo 2. I really liked those Halos, and then Reach was good as well. And actually the story in Halo Wars 2 was brilliant. Really, really good story. Now, I need to get my game up in this match, because I'm getting my ass handed to me. I need to start concentrating. But it is hard to concentrate and discuss at the same time. But of course, I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Now, I'll continue with this match a wee bit, and a few other things might come to my mind, who knows. But I have been thinking a lot about Halo lately, and the things that they need to do, and the things that they've done right in Halo 5, like the multiplayer, that is perfect. They just need to build upon that. They've got the foundation for the core gameplay mechanics, which is probably the main part of the game, obviously, is how the game plays. They've got that sussed. They just need to build on the details, like the story, of course. But there are a few things that I do want to see in the multiplayer. Now, this is kind of going into a different discussion now, but the first half of this discussion was Halo 6 and when it's coming out. And I actually might discuss other Halos as well, because I want to see spin-offs. I want to see spin-offs of Halo. I don't want to just see Halo 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't want to just see that. I want to see Halo 6 come out, and then a year later we get like a spin-off or a big story expansion where we play as a different character, or we play as the same character but like a prequel or sequel or something like that, right? So there's more stuff going on than just Chief and Spartan Log's story. I want to see a Halo where we actually play as Arbiter. That would be wicked. Imagine like a story expansion for Halo 6, like the Arbiter Chronicles, kind of like Spartan Ops, but you play as Arbiter and a squad of his elites, the Swords of St. Helios. That would be sick. Imagine that, right? Like, imagine if it was set after the events of Halo 3, so you kind of see what the Arbiter was up to up until Halo 6. That would be awesome. Or at least up until Halo 5 when him and Spartan Log meet. That would be wicked. I would love to see something like that. Now, I'm surprised that they didn't do any story DLC for Halo 5, because they could have done something. I think if they did something with the Arbiter, like an Arbiter expansion as I was talking about before, that would have been awesome. Like a $20, $30 expansion that adds a few missions where you play as Arbiter. That would be awesome. That would be really, really cool. And being able to play as elites again in the multiplayer, I would love that. That would be awesome. But I do want to see them do more spin-offs than just the main line Halo series. Obviously Halo 6, I want that game, right? I want Halo 6. I want to experience the story. I want to find out what happens with Cortana and Chief. I want to see how that all plays out, because Cortana in Halo 5 being set up as a villain, I like that. I think that was a really cool twist, and I like what 343 did with that. But the execution of it, just the details, they weren't quite right. Now, I don't want to sound like I know more than them, because I don't. I'm not a game developer. I don't do stories for games. But the whole Halo community can agree as a whole that there were some issues with Halo 5. And obviously 343 aren't dumb, right? They know what they're doing. They know what they have to do with Halo 6. I've said this numerous times. They know what they have to do. Now we've just got to trust that they do it. And we have to wait and see for when Halo 6 comes out, and I play through the story in a 12-hour marathon like I did with 5, just play the story straight up. And we'll see what happens with that. But the big question is when are we going to get Halo 6? Which is the main point of this discussion, is when the hell are we going to get it? Now, as I said before, I hope 2018, end of 2018 is what I want. But that doesn't seem like enough time for them to market the game. Now, I guess you could say that Halo is so big that it markets itself, and it kind of does, because it's probably, if not it's one of the biggest franchises on console. It is huge. It sells millions. It makes billions. Halo is huge. It's definitely the biggest franchise on Xbox. There's not a franchise on PlayStation that comes close to the amount of money Halo makes, and that's a fact. Halo is huge. Look at these grunts. I mean, these jackals. Oh my god, Zombie Bang, get your Halo lore right. These jackals. Now, I haven't played Halo 5, honestly, in about a week. So I am extremely rusty. I'm going to do some streaming later of the multiplayer, because I'm doing horrible in this gameplay. But of course this discussion isn't about the gameplay. It's about the discussion, of course. Halo 6, I want 2018, but it could possibly be 2019. So I want you guys to comment down below on what you guys think about this. So that is the end of my discussion for Halo 6, and when do we expect it, and when it's coming. I think 2018, but there are various kind of examples or points that could point towards 2019, which would be quite a long way away from where we are now. But then I guess you could also look at it as if it did come out in 2019. It would be one hell of a polished game. But anyway, fellas, that is all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now, of course, be sure to comment down below. Now, I will finish this Warzone match and try to concentrate on it and try to get that win. But that is the end of the main part of this discussion. So, of course, I will leave links in the description down below to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Mixer. Be sure to go follow me there. That will be awesome. And I will continue this match till the end. We've got 2 grenades, we'll try to use those. Let's try and take out the Tundra. Oh my god. I need an explosive weapon. The answer. What? Okay.
2 minutes remain.
I've barely been concentrating and I'm 3rd on the leaderboard.
Level 2 Rex available.
Sweet.
Round complete.
Alright, let's see what guns we got.
Red confirmed.
I like this pistol, it's cool. I love when they added DLC weapons into Halo 5 for free. That actually changed things up in the multiplayer because you got to experience with different loadouts. I like that. And speaking of loadouts, I wouldn't mind more customization. Like more customization with the loadouts. Now, I'm not talking about the guns you spawn with, but it's kind of stuff that you can customize your character more. Like something I've always said is I would love to customize the visor, because you know, like the visor is what you see as your health bar and your ammo and stuff like that. I would love to customize that with different colors, different types of visors. I think that would be wicked. Ooh, got these elites. Oh my god. Now he's got an aim assist plasma grenade, so be careful of that. Got him. I'll take that storm rifle. I love the storm rifle. That weapon is lit. This map looks beautiful. Halo 5 on the Xbox One X is like a completely different game. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. This game looks beautiful. And speaking of the X, The Witcher 3, probably one of my favorite games of all time, is getting enhanced this week on the Xbox One X with the 4K textures and better assets. I cannot wait. I'm gonna play through that game again from start to finish. That game is so good. Who the hell shot me from behind?
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes.
Back up.
Let's go. I hear grunts. I'm actually gonna hop out, that's boring. Unless you're in a turret, I hate being in vehicles. I need something to shoot.
Finished off in the lead.
Oh. Oh my god. Come on. Got him. Oh yeah, give me that storm rifle. Now we can go grab some different weapons now from the rec station. We'll do that.
You got him.
So we've got to kill the elites, that's the objective. Oh! I got him with that shot. Oh no. Got the assist. That's alright though. Now where is this rec station? Alright.
1 minute left.
I like that. That's a normal battle rifle. Power weapons. Give me that grenade launcher. I love the grenade launcher. Ooh, let's go.
Round complete.
Ground complete. God, this game looks gorgeous. Now, I know it's hard to see in a YouTube video with all the compression, but man, the X is no joke.
Round 3.
There are details I could never see before. Textures on the weapon. There's no going back now, fellas. X or bust. Oh my god. Got him. Oh. See, now we're doing a bit better, right? Oh, we're gonna get him. Got him. Now we're doing a bit better.
Bandit takedown.
Now that I'm concentrating. But it's so hard to concentrate when you're... Oh my god! Oh, I got someone.
Soldier bandit.
Oh, so that's the round done. Sweet.
Rex available.
I like automatic, that's good.
Complete.
Or patrol case. You carry additional ammo. I'm gonna go with increased weapon handling speed, granted shields, increased shield strength, yeah, we'll go with that. Power weapons, let's go. But what guns to choose, fellas? Let's go with the... I like the light rifle, but we don't have any. We'll go arc light. Okay, that's all we can get for now. We'll grab us a battle rifle as well. We'll do the classic battle rifle. The best DLC for Halo 5, in my opinion, was the one when they added this gun in. It was just so cool to use this weapon again. Look at it, it just melts. Oh my god, he got basted. I get through there. How do we get around this cliff?
Target's damaged. Look at that guy in the Wraith. I wish I could purchase Halo 6 from a rec station. I need my Halo fix, fellas. I need it. But I think it's a given that Halo 6 comes out next year. Or at least I hope it is, fellas. I hope. Oh, there's a rec station there. Didn't even know. What's he shooting at? Nothing. Where the hell are these enemies? Only a few knights out of 20 have been killed. Because no one can find any. Wait, there's some sort of shooting going on down here, is there? No? Where are these enemies? They're hiding just like Halo 6 announcement. Where are these knights at? They'll be somewhere really obvious.
2 minutes remain.
Like here. Maybe. Where the hell are they? I hear animals screeching in the background. Well, they're not back here. Alright, fellas, these knights are bugging. Where they at? Oh my god, there's no way we're gonna do this. Are they down there? They must be. I hear something being shot at. I just sprinted all the way around the map and they were here. Yo. And I didn't even get to use my arc light. $11 out of 20. There's no way we're going to be able to do this. We got 2 seconds. Oh my god, and all because we couldn't find them. Or they weren't spawning in. Man, it is what it is though, fellas. But that is a good, decent 30-minute stream. Now the first half was a discussion about Halo 6 and Halo going forward. I want to see spin-offs, and I hope we get Halo 6 next year. I definitely think it's a given that we will get an announcement, but the date is I'm still unsure about. I hope next year though, so be sure to comment down below on what you guys think about this, of course. Stay safe, stay tuned, and I'll leave links for everything in the description down below, and I will see you fellas on the next one.